This is a bad show.
Well, we shouldn't be too surprised at this point.
Good point. Welcome back to The Watch, Willow episode 5.
Yep.
I wasn't here last episode. I had a family, I guess, outing, engagement, holiday, whatever you want to call it. I'm back for this episode.
You were questing after a dragon, just say that.
Yeah, it's a much better thing to say. Wow, all right, episode 5. I guess I should give some thoughts on episode 4.
Yeah, you should, because it was boring, but there's stuff to say.
What makes me most frustrated about shows like this is when I see potential.
Yeah.
And that episode and this episode actually saw elements of potential which they just ruin completely, which frustrates me so much. Where there was interesting things you could have done, exploring, you know, the castle where the big battle was and stuff. This is episode 4. And justifying their reason for going there with an actual logical reason would have been a good start.
Yep.
But they don't do that. And then there was just really nonsense throughout. And the way it ended with her just doing the magical... She doesn't know how to use her magic. They establish again and again. Yep. She's bad, she's trying to learn and everything like that. She even gives up on trying the spell. And then at the end, she decides to pull something out of her butt where suddenly she can suck the evil out of someone.
What a waste of a potentially good conflict as well, with Graydon going all liched.
Yes!
They don't do anything with it, and they have Alora be an absolute moron by following him.
They set up things that don't pay off at all. Like, they have the hidden door thing. Yeah. They have the guy breaking in, and then they don't pay that off.
Oh, yeah, me and Tyra were so confused when they were just walked past the... It's like, oh, so we're just not going to find out what's in the door. Okay, fine.
Kit, she's lost. She accidentally sets a thing on fire where they're setting up that, oh, she's going down a hidden passageway, which she isn't supposed to go down. And then she arrives back with Willow, and you're just like...
They love doing that in the show, don't they? They did it again.
They set things up and don't pay it off at all.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
They can't help themselves. Because episode 5 is as jarring as 4 was.
The end of episode 4... Some creature comes out of the woodwork and grabs Willow, and no one reacts to it. Like, where the hell did this come from?
Nope.
And then they disappears. Don't follow up at all.
No, nothing happens with it. It's just kind of like, oh, it was there. Now it's not.
And the beginning of episode 5 is a classic example of setup and no payoff, where the end of episode 4, you see the two bad guys there, where they're setting up, they're being followed by the bad guys, which means they're going to be on their travels, and somehow the bad guys are going to attack and waylay them, and you're promised that this is going to happen, that you're now expecting, I wonder how they're going to be, you know, attacked, ambushed, or whatever like that for episode 5. And
we'll get there to episode 5. So overall, you did not like episode 4.
No, of course.
Okay.
This show is dog crap, but episode 5 is worse.
So the nostalgia bait just did not work.
No. And it was frustrating because it could have been interesting stuff. But like I said, episode 5, we'll try and do general non-spoilers as we usually try to do. This episode is much worse than episode 4. The type of just contradictory bullcrap, and there was one moment that got me legitimately angry, where they've been trying to undermine the classic characters from the beginning of the show.
And this episode felt like the final nail in that coffin.
Like, this was just like, you know, you think we've assassinated these characters. Well, hold my beer, right?
Not yet.
Well, let me pounce on them, piss on them, spit on them. Like, and specifically, this is to Willow, right?
Yeah.
And it's Willow the one who's doing it. Like, they get Willow to say one of the most bullcrap things, which is just a complete assassination of his character, because he can't have traditional heroes. And Willow wasn't even a traditional hero, but no, he's a man, so you can't have that. And
no, the traditional hero of this story is dead.
And they come across. I guess we should go into spoilers, because they're.
I guess we'll just say this: it was bad. It was really crap. It was boring. This was one of those episodes where it's like, can you just end now? Just end.
Yeah.
You're dragging scenes out. Enough. I'm getting tired. Can you stop?
And once again, they set up things and they don't pay it off to the point where people are, or groups are acting different to the way that they were set up, completely contradictory, and you're wondering what the hell's going on. Then again, there are like moments that just go way too long, and there are cringe moments where they're trying to force romance and there's no chemistry.
Oh yeah, every bit of dialogue, it's just add in that dialogue that we've consistently been getting, that's terrible, to romance dialogue, that is also terrible.
Oh,
so it's like, it's just the combination made in hell.
Yeah, it's a 1 or a 2 out of 10.
Probably the same. I mean, it's not as bad as episode 3, but that's the thing. I kind of want more episode 3 bad, because at least it was fun in how terrible it was. This is just,
It's like, it's funny, because episode 3 had the atrocious stupidity of the wagon, and that... This one has some really big, stupid, dumb moments in it. Not to the we're not at wagon level.
No, unfortunately.
The wagon level was special with how dumb that was. So we will go into spoilers. That's your warning. You probably don't care anyway. But I'm going to speak about some of the general larger issues I find for this episode, which contextualize, and then we'll go to scene by scene kind of breakdown.
Yep.
So there. Well, actually, we might even begin with this scene, because one of the first issues is what I alluded to, where they set up something at the end of episode 4. And episode 5, well, it begins... Let me jump forward.
In the most jarring way possible, I might add. I still don't like that intro.
Yes.
Yeah, it just... they're just chasing them.
Yeah.
That's the start.
That's it, the start. Like,
and
what you were promised...
terror.
What you were promised at the end of the episode... is Sever's like, no, you thought there was going to be an interesting kind of ambush and suspense, and you're wondering, like, when are they going to get attacked? It could be at any moment while they're getting pursued. Now they're running, they're already been attacked. You don't know how it started, and they're just running away, and it's kind of comical at how
because
stupid everything is.
Some upbeat music. And
the music was so out of place.
It just makes it really weird. It's especially when I start using more medieval type themes that you would see in other fantasy shows. It's just even more like, why are you doing that? You're clashing here with tones and you don't even realize it seems.
We don't know why they're amongst some ruins.
What are these ruins? Is there something to talk about with them? Why are they here? How did they get here? Who cares? It's
not only
funny chase scene.
I mean, this is actually obviously a real-world location where people mow the grass, but here we're trying to expect that this is just some random ruins in the wilderness with perfectly manicured grass. It's like...
I didn't notice that. You are correct.
Just something like my immersion is already being challenged here.
It's hard with this show because everyone looks like they're wearing modern stuff.
It really... like, modern stuff? Yeah. There's one moment where you literally see a modern printed T-shirt. I'm not kidding. We'll show you when we get to it. So
I'm also confused as to why this man has a gibbet on his head.
You'd think that would get in the way of his job.
Yeah,
like it would be a bit inconvenient.
I'm just confused. What happened? Did he just grow and then just split the other part of the gibbet open?
I don't know. And like, does he like to headbutt things? I was like, it seems like it would get in the way.
What about eating? Like, he's got really big hands. What do you just
eat through a straw? Maybe.
No, you gotta do like the little tweezers with your fingers.
Yeah, it's really dumb. It's really dumb. Speaking of dumb, sorry, do you have anything else?
No, continue. Just
so remember Kit, right? So she's running.
How could we forget?
Running. Oh, she already did it. So I need to go back.
Oh yeah, this was odd because once Kit does it, we'll talk about this.
So, lady turns into a thing. This looks like it's grabbing her.
Yeah, you'd think.
Like now she's
she should be picked up.
She should be picked up. Did I mention this show has a problem with setting things up and then contradicting or just forgetting about it?
Yeah, they can't do basic cause and effect.
And that is writing 101.
Not even. It's just like the law of the world. Just how things operate.
So there's the guy with the cage on his head.
He's got an amazing jaw right there.
Kit, she's got a bow. Right? She only had 4 arrows, so
just look.
Like, I don't know where her quiver went. It's not there.
She dropped it.
She shoots one, deflects it, and now.
And then
she just throws her bow away.
Yeah, look.
Like,
and there it goes.
That was a useful bow. I mean, and also, you might have had a bit more success shooting the thing if you had more than 4 arrows.
Yep.
You stupid numbskull.
Or if you had gotten to a good position and I don't know, just actually put in all the effort instead of just throwing up a loose shot. There we go, done.
Willow is just
Oh
hiding.
yeah. Well, of course, he's just sitting there.
And like,
Borman also threw away his weapon, and he just finds it.
did he? I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
that.
like at the beginning, he threw away his weapon. It was really silly. Oh yeah, this thing. This was annoying. Nice to see that Willow has a tool that he could have been using the whole time and doesn't.
I don't know if this is magic or not. It
I
looks
don't
like
know.
it's like a
Look, he's got
flamethrower,
a
not
backpack.
magic
Yeah, he's
thing.
got a backpack. So, which, okay, I'm no expert
so-
on like what makes things go all flamey, but
Yeah,
why is that a level 1?
I don't know. And the thing now, that creature is a general shapeshifter, and far from turning into a bird, it turns into a swarm of, I don't know, locusts or something. And
Yeah.
like the locust. Oh no, there's fire in front, so the locusts just spread. But it's a swarm of locusts. You think you go around the fire and attack them again,
Yeah.
but it just goes away.
Yeah,
like
not,
it's all nonsense.
yeah, it really is. But hey, upbeat music. It's funny. Look, Willow is
like-
using a flamethrower, and then he's gonna
This
blow
thing,
it.
it has to be magic because this is beyond modern level technology. You could not build like a flamethrower that big. And if you did, the propellant would have to be so friggin' explosive, and you would need such pressure
would need
to
to-
be able to shoot out fast enough to prevent the flame.
The only thing
Like,
I can think of is like the Greek fire thing that is like in some resources
It's
back
a
in the
little
day.
pipe.
But that's so tiny that no, you need. I'm pretty sure the Greek fire was like a big, massive machine you'd actually have to work. But no, it's just got. They're like flamethrower. Why not?
So they thought they were. Oh, by the way,
yeah,
remember the creature that was chasing Willow? That was the thing that supposedly just picked up Laura Dannon.
Yeah.
But now she's not picked up. Like, so
Yeah. There's more. There's more stupidity in this. Don't worry. Oh yeah, this guy finds them. They running and. Just wait for the next scene. We'll show you. Yeah, they all hide behind a rock.
So-
and then Kit, and we'll get to it. Just go wait. Yeah, Kit and Jade, they come to the whole group,
guy
and the
was-
guy was
Wait,
on their tail, and now he's not.
he's not. Where did he go?
He fell behind.
Remember, set up, pay off. Literally, the previous cut, he was right behind him, and now it's not.
Just to be clear, he was right behind Kit.
This is such
And
nonsense.
now it's fine. And here's the thing. He does show up. He was still chasing them, but he allows them to get a breather. He's a very generous
They
bad guy.
really are. Like, look, there's Laura Dannon, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
They literally had the bird grab him.
Just like, it's all right. We got to let them catch their breath.
Like, how are you supposed to be invested in anything when the show just like, oh, something about to happen, and just forgets about it. Just doesn't give a crap.
They're just like, but it's too hard to get them out of these situations we wrote them into.
It's real. And the annoying thing is, right, we now know Willow actually has the power to kill them at any moment.
Yeah.
It's just going to exhaust him a bit, right? At any moment, he can just set off a nuke, and these evil monster creature things are so dangerous and on their tail. Like, if you get rid of them, it seems like that's the main pursuing enemy things.
Yeah, you would think, but no. Willow likes to just not help.
Is he going to wait until they kill one of his other companions to feel, you know, motivated enough to actually do something?
Oh yeah, that's the thing. If he didn't do it for
His best friend. I would feel so freaking cut if it's like, dude, you wait until I got killed to bother to do something? And they try to set up that it's taxing or something, but he seems perfectly fine from having done it before.
Yeah.
He just got a little tired afterwards. And so, Willow, you could end this at any moment. Once again, that's something that the show didn't intentionally set up, but because they're so bad at remembering things that were set up and potential consequences and payoffs, that they're completely oblivious to the fact that this is now a massive plot hole.
Yep.
Willow has the power to just wipe them out with a single word in his staff.
There is no way that they did a second draft of this. There's just no way. This must be like notes scribbled on like a table or something. It's just, what are they doing?
It's so bad.
It's ridiculous that we're in the modern day. So many, especially Disney writers, just don't understand basic cause and effect.
It's really basic.
This is something that a bloody 5-year-old could get right.
And so they're trying to set up that they can't beat these pursuing people, even though Willow could anytime.
You can,
but like, it's so difficult that Borman, he can't kill. Like, Borman's supposed to be really tough. Like, even if Willow didn't have his nuke magic, I think there's two of them, right? And one of them seems to just be this muscly kind of blah, blah thing in it.
Yeah, I'm by for a second that Borman couldn't chop that guy in
Exactly!
half.
You got a big cleaver, but they're like so afraid.
Actually, no. Gotta set up something later. Borman's not as great as we thought he was. We'll get there.
We will. And so it's so difficult that they just cannot defeat them. It's impossible that they are now forced to flee into a cursed forest. That's what they're trying to say. It's like, there's the forest.
The Wildwood.
The Wildwood. And,
okay. So, alright. Yeah, we're going into a forest.
And then, oh no, the bad guys...
See, there he is. He just showed up. He's like, I allowed you guys a break, but now it's time for the chase again.
Yeah. And
so let's get back to it.
Everyone, like, needs to run as fast as they can.
Look how accommodating he is.
So slow. They all run ahead, right? Just take a look at how fast Willow runs here.
Poor little guy.
Yeah, like, it's not his fault.
It's not
he has
his
a
fault,
very short stride, right? But obviously so. But as a result, no way he would be able to keep up with, like, and now he's suddenly in front of him.
A guy that's like 10 foot tall.
And like everyone's jogging. Like look at them casually jog. So he can keep up with them. And
that's really bad.
It's really bad.
So they're going into the Wildwood, and just watch. Our freaks, Crone's minions, just are like, woods.
Very accommodatingly, it's like, no, we cannot run in between trees all of a sudden.
Yeah, we can't follow them. We can't do it. It's too hard. We'll get lost in the woods. They just don't. They just stand there like, oh no, forest. It's like...
You would think, out of any type of creatures in the world that would not be afraid of evil, cursed magic, would be evil, cursed creatures. Yeah. But they seem to have more of an issue with this than Willow and them. Yep. Wouldn't they be thinking, they're running right into our area, our domain. Like this is, like, you know, home turf advantage or something like that.
But Shad, that would be too interesting if that was like, they were able to ambush them and constantly have like a back and forth and chase in the forest.
So dumb.
We need to do romance stuff, all right? That's what matters.
And so, they just very accommodatingly stop chasing. And what's also hilarious about this, we basically find out there's nothing cursed in the forest in this entire episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
This forest is just a forest.
They kind of forgot that they set it up as a cursed forest.
Like, I think of a much better film that achieved something like this.
Yeah.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner, right? They try and say Sherwood Forest is cursed. Yeah. And they run the forest to, you know, escape the bad guys, and they literally have a scene where one guy's willing to go in, and he's the cousin to the sheriff, right? He's ready to go in, but all the other soldiers are like, we can't, sir, it's cursed, and it fits in with a time where they were more superstitious, more religious as well, and other things like that, and these are regular people, not cursed evil creatures, and so it makes perfect sense that they would be unwilling to go in. And then you also find out that the actual bandits in the forest have literally been setting up wind chimes and things to make sounds and make people think that it is actually cursed. Yeah. Look at Willow. Nothing is set up to make people think it's cursed. There are bandits in there with, like, you know, skull masks, but...
we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Nothing that they've been doing to try and deter people. Nothing actually, you know, magical or strange about the forest. Yeah. Yes, trolls appear later on. The thing is, though, it seems like the people who are living in the forest didn't have an issue with trolls previously. Otherwise, why are they living there? So this is like seems like a one-off. Oh no, trolls have attacked and so this makes no sense. It is so stupid. Yep. But they just.
Hang on a second. I just realized that man has an axe as a hand.
Yes.
That is very dumb. Yeah. What good is that gonna do?
I was going to say he can't get disarmed, but I guess he already was. Look, it just...
And then we got Borman just cutting stuff.
Cutting things. And
nothing happens now for a while.
And now, when I say he's cutting things, right, It's obviously a prop, because a sword this heavy would be way more difficult to thing. And so it's just actually just smashing things aside. And look how friggin' thick that thing is. It's like an inch thick. If that was made out of metal, you'd barely be able to lift it. Holy crap. It's what a piece of crap of a cleaver.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be bad if it had like a really thin blade and a sharp edge. You would actually get some function. But that thick, that is just atrocious. Oh, what a piece of crap. Anyway, and so look, Borman still is the only likable character in the whole show. And he at least is consistent in that regard, where he has a quip here and there.
Very charming.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they just find a way to even
make him
undermine him.
He's a joke. He's a complete fool now.
Yeah. This episode did it as well. Because at least before there was... We'll get there. We'll get there.
So, I don't know.
This is basically where we get the trailer shot.
Is this...
This is... That's all this is for.
Butterflies?
Oh, look, it's magical. See? Trailer shot.
Yes. But like that... The forest is cursed. Butterflies. But what...
Everyone's enamored with them.
Really dumb.
The gist of what happens here is like more training dialogue. Jade says, "Oh, there were people that killed my family here. I wonder if they stayed."
Yeah. So clunky and
it's
forced.
just every piece of exposition they give her, it's just delivered like a smack to the head. So we got to get this out here, all right? But yeah, we get more training dialogue. And how do you feel about her finally getting like a red streak of hair?
What red streak of hair?
In her hair, there's now a red streak after she did the whole suck magic outfit.
Really? I didn't even notice.
Really?
Where's what? I'm going back.
Red streak of hair.
She's getting her ginger colour back.
Yep.
Because, I don't know,
Me and
magic...
Tyra have just laughed at that.
Magic was hiding it. What?
It's because they watch clips of the movie and they're like, damn, we messed up.
That would be something odd enough for a character to comment on.
Yeah, it would be, but no.
But no one brings it up, and I didn't even notice it because it was...
but it's there.
Ah.
Anyway, we get more of their teacher, mentor, student relationship, and it's made a joke of, again, because...
Yep.
Pick any of 3 reasons and you'll be correct.
Oh, my goodness. So...
They just can't take any of that seriously.
No.
I miss the days when there was actual really engaging and interesting dialogue between a student and a teacher.
Yeah. It's funny. For me, Laura Dannon, and she's just accepted, she tells everyone she's a Laura, which you'd want to keep that secret.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Right? Her actual name is what, Brunhilde?
I think so, yeah.
And you could just go with Dove if you didn't like that, right? But now it's... Anyway. She's hit and miss for me. At some times I think, okay, she's a bit airheaded and she's a bit silly, but also charming. I like it. Other times she's just inexcusably stupid.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's always one or the other. It's never any in between, unfortunately.
And so, like, she does things that I can't tell if they're trying to be serious or it is a joke and she's being sarcastic. Like this, where she's like, I'm trying to turn you into something, but it's like, is she actually trying to do that? Is she that dumb? And I would believe that she could be that dumb.
With this show, at this point, anything goes at this point. I can buy that she would.
Anyway, so...
By the way, Warwick Davis, he's still not acting very well.
No, he's not. Like, it's frustrating because he hasn't been in much, right? But I did bother to check out at least one of the things he's been in, and it's like the Leprechaun or a Goblin. It's like a horror series where he plays an evil leprechaun thing. And he emotes.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but he's over the top. He's actually acting. And I was like, this is just like, he's dead inside. And he always talks like this and always does an emote. And even if he does it on his face, his voice doesn't really change much. And it's just it's really bad.
He could say the most serious or humorous things, and it will just be delivered like that.
So...
Oh, anyway, Graydon now has a crush on Allura.
We know, and...
So, all right, fine. So we got to have...
Trying to get
romance
advice.
Dialogue. So now we have a love triangle because she likes... What's his face? Prince Man. Oh, we missed a line of dialogue there.
But he's just like, if you tell this to a woman, it's going to be great. Then he noticed skull things on the ground and is like, oh, we're in trouble.
Oh, but before that, I would like to... mention the fact that Kit just can't stop being an annoying twat.
Yeah.
And she just had to insult him immediately by calling him, what is it? Let me have a look. Oh, right. Cheddar-headed goob. And I'm going to cut your heart out if you lead us on another one of your side quests.
Holy crap, that's...
Can you calm down? You
cut your heart
insufferable
out?
princess. Wow.
And this isn't the only time. Like, later on in the episode, she literally betrays him, gives him up for dead.
Yep.
Like, without a second thought.
Yeah, she's like, oh, he's really bad. You can keep him.
You can keep him. And the context of that scene is that these people are going to kill everyone.
Yeah.
And she's like, let us free. You can keep... I was like, you know...
It's like, what? Him saving you all those times doesn't suddenly matter?
Is easily the most competent person in your group.
Yeah, without him, you'd probably be done. You would have been killed by those were-rats.
Kit is so friggin' awful. I hate her.
I'm trying to think. My brain keeps on wondering, is she worse than Galadriel? I don't know. I'm not ready to.
I don't think she's
that
there
out.
yet. Galadriel was next level, like the level of entitled, insufferable bullcrabs. Like, who is this mortal man who speaks to me as if he has the slightest idea of what he's talking about or who I am, or slightest idea of knowing? Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Galadriel was beyond like unbelievable.
Yeah. Kit sits right below.
If I tried to write a hateful, insufferable character. Mm-hmm. I don't think I could do a worse job or a better job than Galadriel. Like, she would be my template that I'd be basing this character off of.
Yeah,
like
that's fair. I'd do the same.
So this next part I found hilarious. Is like, all right, I see skulls on the thing on the ground, which is a sign that they're skull reavers?
Yeah, I think that's what they're called.
I don't know how he intuits that skulls on the ground means that they are directly around us. It's like they could have passed any number of ages ago. This is just their territory. They move past, and that could be just be cautious. But he sits down like he knows what's about to happen. What happens next?
Well,
like the Skull Reavers have to know the future to be able to pull this off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like this isn't
because they're all just in that perfect spot
exactly
where they can easily do this.
Watch. Ready? He's like, I have a plan, he says. What's about to happen next?
And there we go.
Like, holy crap. They knew the exact spot that a band of travelers in this entire wood would happen to stop at. Mm-hmm. And before they got there, they, like, the travelers, they buried themselves hiding for this ambush. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, and
again, like,
it's just...
referencing a better film, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, right? Another ambush is laid in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, but it's at a location that they know people are forced to travel to because it's the most shallow part of a river and the only place to cross. So they lay in wait at that place where they're pretty confident and assured that travelers would be forced to move there. Here, nothing. There is nothing indicating why they needed to stop right here.
But they've got grass blankets. They just sat there for a long time.
It's so stupid. Yeah. How long were they waiting there for? Like,
I don't know.
I really need to pee. No, just keep waiting. It's been a month. Too bad. Now someone will come along here eventually.
Yeah, we can chop off their heads and then use their skulls as masks.
Oh.
Which we'll get to those, what their motivations are and stuff. And they're not nice people. Look at them.
Yes,
Do they look friendly?
Oh, I'm so glad you... That's the dumbest thing in this episode. And it's astronomically retarded, right? We'll get there. But it's the Skull Reavers, right? Anyway, so, they're out. By the way, look at how friggin' cheap this set. Wait for it. So, look at the ad. It's rubber. It's plastic. It's this, like, look, you can see the blunt edge. They chose this piece of crap for a close-up. It's unbelievable.
Ironically, we have better laugh ones than that.
We do!
Oh, what is going on?
This show is so bad.
Yeah, I mean... fine.
And they cut away. Look, he's like, it's going to cut me. No, it's not going to cut you at all.
It's not going to hurt you.
And by the way, look at how weak her... Like, you know that weighs nothing. It's paper, right? And this is supposed to... If that had a metal head and was that thick, you would have to be like, to hold it in place.
Yep, of course.
bullcrap, man. This show is so bad. So anyway,
I just realized that they were also, I got it in my note, these were the Reavers that attacked them earlier as well.
it seems that
In the beginning, because, well, he recognized one of them that chased them.
Was it
in
the
first
same
episode.
name?
Yep, Laurie.
Oh my god.
Yep, so they attacked them already. So it makes it what happens later
They're the
even
exact
worse.
same Reavers.
Yep.
Just knew that they're gonna away he will sleep.
Yep.
But this is like supposed to be days and days travel away from where they first run into
you'd
him.
think, but
like
no.
holy crap! Because it seemed like these Skull Reavers, I assumed, had a much larger kind of network or some type of, and these are vile, murdering psychopaths that attack innocent people on sight and go for the death blow right away without a single word. Remember that poor redcoat guy who was really nice and friendly?
Oh,
That just got killed instantly, and then they're everyone like, screw him, he's dead, and they leave him for not even bothering to check on that guy who served their family his whole life and thought the prince as a son, right? That guy, right?
Yeah.
That was the Bone Reavers that killed him. No word. Instant. We don't know who they are. Are they friendly? Are they good? No, instant murder. All right.
Pretty much.
These Skull Reavers are vile, murdering scum. Okay.
But they captured these guys because yeah, let's just capture them. We're not going to kill them this time.
All right.
I'm wondering why.
To bleach their skulls for new helmets. That
Just
seems
kill
to
them
be-
and then take the skulls like a predator would.
yeah. But they recognize Borman, and so
well, so they take them to their leader, which we'll get to that too.
yep. And so we see, you know, there's
There's the one.
there's
See, that's when
skulls
they
there.
recognize- yeah.
But is that the friend one?
That was the one Borman encountered in the first episode. Yep,
So
that one right there.
I'm assuming that skull must be like a troll skull or something, because that's not a human skull.
I hope that it's a troll skull.
Oh, gosh.
Because the poor human that had that skull is very
Holy
deformed.
crap. Okay, so yeah, so maybe they wanted to interrogate Borman, and the setup here, and especially in the interactions, is that they have a grudge against Borman.
Yeah, that is the setup.
Borman did something, he betrayed them, he was clearly, I don't know, a member of their group previously. That was, and so,
And
yeah,
now we
girl
have
boss.
our girl boss, and well, we'll get to her lineage,
Oh,
which she's. By the way, that haircut is an insult to my eyes.
oh
it hurts to look at.
awful.
Just, especially in a medieval context as well. Can you try?
It's not.
Just
There
try.
are so many abominations with the costumes and set pieces in this show. It's absolutely.
It gets to the point of
garbage.
distracting. Like, Kid looks like she's wearing a leather jacket.
Yeah. So in this exchange, yeah, Borman did something. They're not happy about him, right? And we know these are murdering psychopaths. They literally bleach people's skulls.
Yep.
for-
And wear them as masks.
and wear them as masks. That is like next level barbarity, savagery. Like holy crap!
Again, that's something predators do.
It's okay.
But predators are aliens.
Yes. So
There was something, just want to bring up just another writing flaw.
oh, please do.
Where they, during that conversation where Borman's catching up with Girl Boss Lady, it cuts to Allura asking, what's Skellen? And we get another smack in the face exposition about, oh, Skellen's a place where trolls mine and use slaves. It's like, could you not have weaved that into the dialogue that Borman was having?
Yes.
Couldn't you have tried a little bit? No, we got to just make it
Clunky exposition.
exactly. It's
Like
it's
Allura.
filled with this.
Look, this is the other thing where I'm dividing on Laura because she is a bit ditzy, and so I wouldn't put it past her to say something dumb out of.
It's unnecessary. Just have Borman do it.
That
You
would
could
probably
make
be
better-
that's the thing. The answer would be timing. Wrong.
Yeah.
Shut up! Like, like you don't need to know.
Yes.
And the only reason that someone answers without any issues is because
Yep.
they want to tell the audience.
Yep.
But you're absolutely right. They could have woven that into. It's like, how do you escape from Skull? Trolls don't take prisoners.
Exactly like that.
Like-
That's the easy way to do it.
And then Borman's like, there's a lot of back entrances in caves.
Yeah, there are ways to do it, and it
and
doesn't
so-
take that much.
Information for Skella, whatever the place is, troll-infested cave.
Yeah.
All right? And what frustrates me is it is so basic, we spat it out in 2 seconds, and it would have been easily passable, much better than the clunky
We
crap
brainstormed it just as we heard their first version.
Holy crap.
Anyway,
And it passed all, I don't know who edited it or anything, it passed everything right to the finished thing.
Let's be real, it's Lucasfilm.
Oh, it is.
Anything.
They don't have competent writers in all of Lucasfilms, it seems like. Amateurs who have not even bothered to study the craft. Like, with such amateur, lazy mistakes
All
like
they'd have
this.
to do is open one fantasy book from any well-known fantasy property and they would learn.
I know, I bet they wouldn't read, like...
Read it, and then you could
They
learn
wouldn't
something.
pick up. I reckon
yeah,
they like... Because what... And look, a lot of people read books and they don't pick up on how to write,
yes,
right? But they haven't gone to, I don't know, classes, or if they did go to classes, they haven't learned anything
that's true.
because this is so basic. Like literally, understanding how to weave in expositional dialogue in a more natural way, right? Knowing the difference between show versus tell, because, by the way, it's a complete fallacy to say you always must show a note. Sometimes telling is really concise and great. You need to know the balance.
Especially if it's written well.
Exactly.
I can think of one thing off the top of my head. The Ring poem. That's telling you something. That's
Yes.
technically exposition, but it delivers it in a really cool way.
One of the most celebrated pieces of literature ever, Pride and Prejudice,
Yeah,
literally
there's another
opens with an exposition dump.
Yep.
A narrated exposition dump, and it's written so great, it's phenomenal. So
Yeah, the key
If
is actual talent
yeah.
and care.
as soon as someone said, like, because sometimes, yes, things shouldn't be told when it could have been naturally shown just as easy and stuff like that. But if anyone says that you always must show and telling is terrible, they don't know what they're talking about. And you should be very careful about it. But you need to pick when is right. And so this is just a classic example. You could have woven it into the discussion very easily. But
Anyway, back to Kit being an idiot.
Oh, yeah, she comes...
She introduces herself as the princess. And already I was like, okay, now they can take her ransom.
Yeah, I mean, last resort, Kit. Because look, there's the precedent to, like, you're important.
Yeah.
If they know you're princess, maybe they... But if you... You don't know if they're going to kill you yet.
Exactly.
And if you announce that you're a princess, that almost guarantees a band of marauders will then not let you go. Like, if they might have. You might have just negotiated, given something or everything. Now they're not going to let you go. They have the friggin' princess of the realm captured, you
But
moron.
given what happens as well,
I know.
they should actually kill her because they hate the kingdom that she comes from.
Holy crap.
So it's even worse that she tells them.
But the thing is, though, this is the... I hate this episode so much, and this is the big... Like, these evil, murdering, psychopathic marauders, they're actually not evil. They're just misunderstood.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not kidding. That's the whole point of this episode.
You see that skull man right there wearing that human skull? He's misunderstood.
They're all misunderstood.
Okay.
They're actually really nice people that...
They like to party and
They
drink.
love to party, and they stand for special ideals, right?
Like
I even
freedom.
wrote them... Where are the special ideals?
Here's the thing. They might not believe us. They're like, come on, skull-wearing guys.
I know. Like, they have values. The values they live by, right? Freedom, rebellion, passion, and joy. And also murdering innocent people. That you see on the...
They left that one
They
out.
left that one. It's like, holy crap. The show is unironically trying to make us sympathize with these horribly savage murdering marauders.
At this point, you know what I'm thinking. The writers just sat down, they're writing the script, and it's like, okay, I've written this part. Garble some nonsense and say it. We'll record it, and then we'll put it down on the script.
I'm getting sick of it. It's so common where you just can't have a bad guy anymore unless they're, you know, of a certain, let's say, appearance, right?
White orcs.
White orcs, right? But look, yes, we know there are white people amongst the marauders and everything, but it's this trope where it feels like these writers, they haven't studied it. They've only heard kind of cliches about writing, and then they don't understand the nuance and where it fits and everything like that. And one of the cliches is like, make the bad guys, I don't know, like complex, justify everything. And they think, oh, make them sympathetic. And so how often have we seen, like, try and make the bad guys be misunderstood? And they've done unbelievably evil things, and they want us to sympathize with them, and it's like, that's not how you do it, guys. Like,
yeah. Definitely not like this. And that's the thing. I feel like they're trying to do two things. They want to use all these cliches, but then they also want to subvert a lot of them. And it's like, okay, you can't write the traditional way, and now you want to also try and subvert the traditional way. that takes talent. You have to write traditionally before you can subvert traditionally stuff.
Exactly.
That's how it works. But no, they were probably like, oh, fantasies are trying new things and experimenting with being darker tones and grey areas and stuff. Let's do that. But didn't understand what they were doing.
I think there's a couple of reasons why they are so desperate to make the marauding skull reavers sympathetic.
There's a big reason.
They're liberated slaves, so therefore they not bad. They're just misunderstood. They're fighting their oppressors the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the poor old guy that you just shot an arrow at distance without questioning or understanding anything about him, they're just misunderstood.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just...
Holy crap! I can't believe it. And Freckles, the fact that she even wants... It wasn't even... They didn't even say that, like, she was thinking about it. No. She decided she wanted to join them at the end of the episode.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. That's a whole other topic that we haven't even gotten close to getting to.
Like, Freckles, what are you...
Especially seeing as she dedicated her life.
Psychopaths. And you're like, they're so friendly. I'll join them. You want to join? Yeah, kill innocent travelers on the road. Unprovoked. You want to do that?
Pretty much. Yeah, it's that bad. We gotta try and keep chronology. I know. It's hard though, because it's so stupid in so many ways, and it all just combines into this massive terribleness. But yeah, this is the part where she's like, oh, you can keep Borman. Who cares? Right. He's like the worst. Yeah, he's the worst, huh?
Again, the concept of the scene. You are expecting them to murder you, flay you alive, bleach your skull, and wear them. That's the expectation. And she's like, have Borman.
Yeah, sure.
You contemptible, beyond cow. This is like vile in the extreme. You're betraying one of your companions who saved your life in one of the most vile, sadistic ways.
I can think of a bunch of very naughty words to describe it.
I'm speechless. It's like, this is the character you want us to like.
Horrible, horrible person.
You heartless, black-hearted, like, vile, putrid, words escape me that.
Just censor this. She's a...
Oh, beyond. I don't even think that's...
She's a horrible, horrible...
Black-hearted, festering cow of a person.
Yep.
You scum.
Especially after all Borman has done for this group.
But it's a joke, guys. She's like,
oh yeah, because
Borman,
funnies,
he's the worst, right? Did you understand?
Yeah, it's in line for Kit. I'll give it that. I mean, she's consistent.
The writers, I was honest, do they have no ethics? Because if you're a natural good person, it would be really obvious to realize this is vile and horrible. Also, like, another point of reference that the writers don't understand, their ethics and moral directions are completely skewed.
Yeah, they don't understand people.
Skull reavers, murdering everything. They're friendly. You should join them.
Again, I'm not convinced the audience believes this. Don't worry. We'll show you. We will show you. We're not joking.
The writers don't understand good and bad. It's like, this is the character you want us to like, and she's just encouraging these people to murder a companion.
It just makes me wonder, how is Borman such an anomaly? I mean, even...
Well, they do have multiple writers.
Yeah, that must be it. Someone must be trying.
Only one person has been able to write Borman's dialogue.
Yeah. Anyway, Jade then insults all of these Reavers, naturally so. I agree with her. She should be insulting them. But then everyone's imprisoned rather than killed.
Yeah, so... and in separate prisons, okay? So let's take it, but send Borman into my... tent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, all right, so we find out that they were,
A thing?
And this is where I started to get a bit confused. It's like, that previous scene, they were setting up, Borman betrayed them. He did something really bad to make them they all hate him. And now, remember how they don't understand set up and pay off? Like, they intentionally set up things that they forget about, and then they unintentionally imply things because they're incompetent to actually clue onto the fact that, oh, this scene was meaning that, and then they of course, I can't follow up because they weren't even aware. I think that's it. They weren't aware that they set up that. But how could you not be aware of it? They hated Paul, but they were like, somehow he betrayed them or something like that.
Yeah, because when this started happening and he's like, I escaped from trolls, I thought, okay, so they're allied with trolls. But no, they're not. So why are they so upset with him? Why is he tied up like that? Shouldn't they be happy that he's back? Especially when she's like starting to romance him and stuff like that. It's like, I'm confused. You're sending mixed messages.
She literally says, I cried when I thought you had died or something. And when she's like, I was like, hey, what? Because that ruins everything. Because if you were sad that he was dead, why are you reacting the way you did when you met him? You were sad when he's dead, he's alive, shouldn't it be, Borbin, you're alive, so good, just that good, I thought you were dead. But no, they were like, you're alive. It's like, they're schizophrenic. They don't,
Maybe split personality disorder will help to answer it. It's just, I don't get it.
I really.
Anyway, like, they're locked up. Oh, this must have been fun for you to. Willow and Graydon together, and they're talking, and dialogue's
These cells, very confusing, because this one doesn't look like it has a top. They have bright sunshine coming in, and the sides of, like, there are so many hand purchases and footholds.
Oh, yeah, you
just climb out easily. But then I was thinking, no, okay, you would assume there would be guards up top looking down or something to do that.
You'd think.
You'd think, right? The thing is, though, later in the episode, Willow and what's-his-face...
Graydon, that's his name.
They escape. We don't see how they escape. They're just, one scene they're in, next scene they're free. Like, so, was it literally that easy? They just climb over with all, like... And then if that's the case, what friggin' retard made this a cell to keep people in with no guards?
I guess the guy was drunk and he woke up with a hangover and his boss was like, hey, build this. Build a gate. Don't, make sure no one can get out of it. It's like, all right, fine.
The contrived bullcrap in this show is a next level because they're
impressive.
locked in.
I'll give it it's an impressive how much they just conveniences everything.
I know, because who they run into in a prison cell.
Oh, yeah.
This is like,
interesting.
Again,
but,
contrived bullcrap of the highest sort of like, what are you... So this is where Billow's like, he sees something, he's like, it's brownies. And I was like,
oh.
What? Why are brownies here?
Yeah.
Now they explain that these people came in and built their home on top of where the brownies were.
Oh, yeah, that's
so the brownies would just leave. Like, the brownies were mischievous, horrible things that people hated in the film. Like, you would never live near brownies. Yeah. And brownies, they would kill you in your sleep. They were that, like, but no, they were more tricksy. But still, people hated it. Like, no, you wouldn't live near brownies. And then the brownies would just stay living in at the cell, and you would imprison people where brownies are, where they could help you escape, which they do, by the way. Like,
yeah.
Oh, and then,
of course, just to add on top of it, there's this one specific brownie that Willow knows.
Exactly. It's one of the only brownies in the entire world it's from the film. It's one of the guys from the film.
Yeah.
It's just the contrived bullcrap. Come off it.
Yep.
You expect me to believe this crap?
Yeah, that's what they believe in. Yeah, in this seconds. And we get this. This was ear-aching, especially with just... Okay, so this scene, above all the others, makes me go, they don't understand how conversation works. Because when you talk to someone, you usually respond to what that person has said. What happens here is, Kit is freaking out that Jade's going to probably get herself hurt. Or killed. And Elora just comes out of nowhere as like, I've got it written down. I believe that love is the most powerful thing in the universe. And it's like, Elora, why are you saying this right now? This is baffling. It's the only time that I agree with Kit on something, on anything really. Because I'm like, why is this being said? I don't get it.
So, they're trying to say it because Elora knows she has the hots for her. And you're afraid that, they're going to kill her. But don't worry, your love for her will overcome. And it's like, it's comically...
It's like trying to smash two things together.
Because
I don't know, I'd be pretty distraught if one of my best friends was about to be killed.
And they're going to kill her, so this is and it does come out of left field.
And there it is!
I believe that love is the most powerful force in the universe. It's like... it's not what I was talking about. And then if she tries to explain what she does, but it's like, your love was, that's not going to help us.
No.
Use love to get free. It's like, it might motivate me. It's bad, right? And then Kit's like defensive, like, what do you mean, love? It's like, and then I've seen the way she looks at you, protects you, and I was like,
it's like, yeah, we got this from the first episode. We get it.
I mean, it was obvious for everyone, but looking and protecting wouldn't be the like. I wouldn't say that's the well, they're clearly lesbians. I know maybe the way that they were sleeping side by side and holding hands would have been the cue.
Honestly, though, Jade could find another girl that's better than Kit.
Oh,
find someone else.
But I know Freckles is awful as well now because she wants to join.
Absolutely,
she wants to join a band of murdering psychopaths because family, right?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Holy crap!
Dialogue.
It's really bad, and it's all modern, like millennial.
Yeah, all they have to do is just listen to how people talk. But I guess Hollywood people don't really talk that much.
Yeah. And so,
right, now we learn about Borman's backstory, and it turns out he wasn't a badass. He was a moron.
Yeah, well, she said, how'd you get out of skeleton? He's like, I fought my way out. No, he hid in a barrel of poo.
Yep, because we needed that.
Yeah, and so...
It couldn't be cool. You couldn't have Borman be awesome. Like, sort of mirroring Mad Mardigan. That would have been neat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind having, like, a character who... exaggerates their past feats.
Hey, that's fine.
Like that.
It's just this is a bit...
The way this doesn't work is that there's a contrast. Borman has been shown to be pretty darn competent and stuff. And it does make him come off as a bit of a joke. Especially other than this scene where they actually have this exaggerated over the top...
Yeah, they have him just showering. It's like...
this is in the show. Unironically, in the show.
Why? Why are we doing this? Why are you wasting my time with this, okay?
Okay, like in a comedy, maybe I could see a spot like something for this, but like Willow doesn't understand the tone they're going for.
No, they don't.
At all.
I just don't understand anything.
And
can you stick to something?
Like we've jumped the shark in terms of comedic tone. Like, hey, a quip now and then, a comedy line now and then. There were funny moments in Willow as well.
Of course there were.
We've jumped the shark.
This is pushing it.
I'm trying to decide. Mad Mardigan, when they're going down the snow mountain and everything, he gets knocked off of their sled, and then he ends up rolling, and then it turns out it's this giant roll of snow thing, right? Is that... I don't think that was too far. I was like, it was a bit dumb, but...
It's dumb. I'll give it that. The thing is, though, Mad Mardigan has those moments, like, even when he was in a dress, and that was ridiculous. But he had those moments interspersed where he's taken on a whole army in a castle.
Yeah.
And is fighting really in a badass way.
To me,
this is just undermining all of his brave moments.
This is something out of like a film that was specifically made to be a spoof. Where it's like, you've seen the sexy scenes of a woman showering. Here's a man showering.
It's like epic movie parody or something
like
that.
It's like that.
Like that, yeah.
It's like, look at this. That's just...
Why?
Yeah.
Especially, and then we find out he was a drunk, and that's how he got arrested.
Yep, and he was a goofy, bumped into soldiers,
and we get, at least they give us this one little thing where she says something and he goes all serious again, but it's too late. You've already undermined him with that whole sequence.
Oh, my goodness.
Which is a shame. Because I thought the lies were hiding some, like, really dark and tragic thing that could have been really interesting.
It could have been, yeah.
But, no.
So
it's
now...
only Mad Mardigan that has, like, the interesting part with Borman. So maybe they'll give us something there, but I doubt it.
So we're introduced to the brownies. So we need, like,
there was more modernisms here too. Oh,
I couldn't believe, like, so this lady, right? I thought it was bad in the trailer because it's almost like this detail in the trailer. Well, now we get a close up. So I need to get to a close up because this is unfriggin'
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Hang on. It's one with more focus, so I need to...
What are you wearing?
Literally, that's a modern printed T-shirt.
That looks like an hoodie.
And on the exactly, she's wearing like a hoodie on the outside. But look at the shirt, right? That's actually, see here, that's a person like that, right? This is a modern printed T-shirt with like modern colors and everything.
Oh,
like what the friggin' hell? What is this show? It's just, look at it.
They have such a tiny budget. I don't understand. Did they just didn't care. That's got to be the answer. They just did not care.
Yes, I would agree.
What the heck are you doing?
Look at the shirt, man. It's unbelievable. But the thing
This
is,
is
though,
embarrassing.
I can't tell if this was actually someone's shirt that they just put on, or they were
If it was
that
deliberately
they
designed.
deliberately done where they think, hey, the brownies will print a shirt. I don't get it. It's baffling.
This is ridiculous.
And then anyway, the guy comes out, and the dialogue is forced cringe.
Yeah, it really is.
Where it's not funny. And the brownies, like, again, they've changed nearly everything. The brownies basically wearing tribal skins. One guy's wearing a rat head and just, I don't know, bits of bark and twigs. And they were tribal, like, woods thing people.
Yeah, that's what they were.
Tiny people, right? Now they're just wearing dirty modern clothes in, what is it, like an Adobe kind of, like, rent, whatever.
I don't even know.
Whatever it's called, house thing?
Like that's an outfit that you would see in, like, 19th century. It doesn't fit here.
It's so bad.
It's just clashing. None of it works. Like, he's wearing pajamas, but...
These aren't the brownies from the film.
No.
Did they watch the film? Seriously.
Well, I watched it to get those flashbacks in episode 4.
I can't.
Clearly, I didn't pay attention to that part. This is a joke. This whole episode. The whole show is a joke.
Yeah, it's a nonsense piece of crap where nothing makes sense. They don't understand writing. So
there was something I forgot to mention.
Yes.
He mentioned that his daughter wanted to be famous like all the kids these days. It's like, could you please just stop with the modern stuff, okay? It's getting really irritating now. You insert it into everything like you're clever. It's not clever.
It's either written by clueless, like young kids who think it's funny and they don't understand the setting, or
Like,
clueless other people who think they need to do it this way to get young people interested in it.
Correct me if I am wrong, but I'm pretty sure in the medieval period, people were less concerned about being famous and more concerned about, living their day-to-day and getting done.
I wouldn't even think the brownies had a concept of true fame.
Exactly.
They're a tribal society.
Yeah, just one of those little things.
So Kit and Alora trying to break free. Alora stole the wand.
Yeah, after Willow realizes it just at that moment.
Yep.
He's like, the wand's gone. Oops.
And again, this is like, there is ditzy and airheaded in a charming way, and then there's just inexcusably stupid. Where, Alora, you're holding what is equivalent in this world to a nuke, essentially, okay? This is like having the controls to a really powerful weapon and pressing buttons at random. When she holds this and says random words, that's the equivalent of it.
What, is
you
this the air conditioner?
Stupid moron. What are you doing? This is not only, it's beyond a bazooka.
Yeah,
it's potentially a nuke. This is how powerful this wand is. And she just starts spouting words because funny, right?
Oh, and it amounts to nothing, by the way. If you think that this is how they escape and we get some more action stuff, nope. Nope. This was pointless.
I know, it's so dumb.
They essentially, they blow up the cage, get out, they're captured.
And then they're set free and they go to a party.
They're set free and then they party. After
Pointless.
a really stupid revelation, which we'll get to,
Pointless.
and that revelation undermines everything.
Exactly. It does. But when I say pointless, apart from making Laura look like an inexcusable moron. Like, it looks so dumb. It ruins her character. It's
about as bad as, oh, I'm supposed to go, you want me to go to that tower that is cursed that I was told not to go to? Yeah, sure, I'll follow you.
I know. Right? Wherever you go, don't go to that tower. And then, the guy's pretending, where do you think Willow would have gone? Maybe she went to the tower. We should go. Right.
So many.
So here, right, she says something, it doesn't work. And so she's really getting... Again, remember, pressing random buttons on, like, a nuclear control panel, right? Hits it, and then...
She's as intelligent as Homer Simpson.
And then she just makes up a word.
Yep, and then...
Avag, Gadu,
and then
boom.
Done.
Now, the thing is, though... Right?
Oh, wow,
really reckless. Could have killed anyone. It luckily worked out to their convenience. But that also means if you just remember those phrases, you have a bazooka, right? All right. Still really dangerous. You were dumb to try in the first place. But risk, reward, maybe. Still inexcusably dumb, but remember what you said, and no one would threaten you. He's like, don't touch me, what are you going to do? Say the same word, blah, Barack? Do you want me to do that to you? Yeah. Everyone would back off.
Yeah, but no, instead they just are surrounded and...
Yeah.
That's the thing, there are people behind them, and they could grab Kit easily and hold her hostage, and they just don't.
Yeah.
But we'll get to the whole hostage thing later, because it gets dumber.
What Borman said that was going to happen in the tent, basically was going to happen in the tent. She's ready to ride him.
I just realized, why didn't they just take the opportunity to run
away,
then sneak back into the camp, free everyone, and go on your merry way?
Because they're dumb.
That's fair.
So they run out of their cave, thing, and pay attention, because, like, Kit, she's not holding anything.
No.
Okay?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, when did she get what she gets?
Yes, and so... She's like,
this
you know,
cringe dialogue,
betrayal thing. No, she really is into him. So runs out to try and find.
Borman's charm. And now she's got a sword. Oi, why is she going?
Like, I'm not saying it's beyond the realm of possibility that she's running out and found a sword lying there. Would have been very convenient. But that's essentially what did. We're just expected to. She found just a sword lying around.
Yeah,
seems a bit convenient, dumb. But we don't even see that. She just magically has it. And you're what?
That's fine. Yeah.
Where'd she get that?
Yeah, and they're just back to back because they think they can face down a whole army.
Yeah, and it seems like they just ran right towards the people that are trying to escape from.
Yeah.
And then the thing is though, she's trying to threaten with the wand. You now know how to shoot a bazooka with that wand.
Yeah, just do it again.
But no, like.
The skull.
She doesn't.
Lunatics. Look at him.
He just says like, "You're bluffing," and takes it off of her.
Yeah. That's literally what happens.
And the thing is though, Alora, for all your information that you know, these people are going to flay you alive, bleach your skull, and wear it. All right?
Yes.
And you're.
There's no compromise to be made.
Exactly.
You might want to hurry up and do something.
But she doesn't, because the plot knows that these are actually... the plot they want you to believe they're good people. The writers actually think they're good people, even though they're psychopathic, marauding, murdering, scum, evil, vile, disgusting, people. But no, the writers actually do believe that they're good people, and they want you to think that.
Yeah, anyway,
and
they take the weapon, they take the wand away, they capture them. That's pretty much the gist of what happens here.
Exactly. And by the way, also, wand, nuke, letting bad guy just take it.
Yeah.
Are you... Yes, she is that dumb.
Yeah. And at this point, all they have to really guess that they're not allied with the crone is, oh, we're not allied with the crone. It's like, what, you believe them?
Exactly. Like, it is revealed that these are the either descendants or the same clan or group of people as the evil general of the first film.
Yeah, Kale.
You remember the guy wearing the skull mask? Like, I did get that impression that maybe they're just trying to copy him. They're sycophants. They're just like, they really like him.
I mean, General Kale was kind of cool.
But he was, right? And so I'm thinking... Maybe they're that.
But they're directly.
But there's a far stronger connection. Like, he was part of the enslaved people that rose up and set free.
Yep.
But then pledged his allegiance to the evil sorcerer who was wanting to.
But Shad, she was misunderstood too. She was corrupted by the six crone thingies.
Even
I don't know.
Mav Morda, is that what
Yeah.
She was also just misunderstood.
All the villains from that movie were misunderstood. None of them were evil. Killing all of those mothers trying to find that one baby. No, that was a misunderstood villain right there.
But so the context, though, is that the characters know that these people were allied, and probably still allied, with the intentions, beliefs, and things of the evil general of Mav Morda, right? And so when they say, we don't serve, it's like, you're still wearing the skulls of the people you murdered.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, I can be rest assured, and you'd be perfectly justified in knowing that these are awful, evil people, right?
Yeah.
And so, Alora, you wouldn't hesitate. You'd blow them to hell.
Yep.
Not literally give them one of the most powerful items in the world. Just let them take it without any consequence.
I mean, that's the thing. In this, we're about to see Jade puts up more of a fight. Unironically, until she doesn't, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. There's so much to break down with just this alone. first question. How did she break her bonds?
Girl power?
And then,
So
how did
what
Yeah, we gotta go. All right, so she breaks her bonds.
Wait. I think she just, like, slid her hand out. Like, she was twisting, and so maybe just loose knot.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
And then there's like, then as it goes on, how did no one stop her? That guy right there can see her.
Dude,
Do something.
He just stands there, right? And then still standing there.
And then how did he not notice that
Grabs
she grabbed the knife?
No, the guy doesn't respond.
Yeah,
doesn't react. And then again, now no one.
And then no one stopped her. And oh look, this guy's like, oh now I've realized. It's like, what are you doing? How are you all so stupid?
It's so bad. And
and look, this guy could easily grab her, put his hand around her, and just pull the knife away. But he just stands there. He's like
threatening your leader, and also, by the way, knife that far away from the throat.
Yeah, exactly. You can do it.
I saw that. You can't see you.
Yeah.
Just right. Instant kill from behind,
Yep.
and there's not because she's not holding it there.
Yeah, exactly. It's all fine.
But the thing is, though, the leader breaks free so easily because it's not on her throat.
Exactly. And then there's just a long choking fight. It's uninteresting.
And
then essentially, to make a long story short, they find Scorpio lady finds a tattoo on the back of Freckles' neck, and it's like, oh, I can't kill you. There's something special about you.
When I was like, are you kidding? I thought this is like, it's not just another birthmark. They like, you've done the trope once, all right? But it's even more contrived than that.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, it's like, oh, we gotta have a chat now.
Oh,
yeah, this scene was very stupid. I didn't.
Yeah, and so when they first met, right? I was actually expecting this lady to, because she said, the more like my parents died here or something like that. Yeah. Or else I took my parents. I was like, oh, she's gonna run into her parents, and I thought this was her mum.
Yeah.
I was close. I was close.
Yeah, you were very close. Because as soon as I saw the mark on the neck, I'm like, oh, they're family. It's like, of course they are. Because why not?
Oh gosh! Because literally, I could go back at my notes, and I was like, oh, she's gonna run into her.
Yeah.
Here. I was like, literally here on my notes, way before I got to this scene, Freckles is gonna find her parents there. The leader lady is probably her mum.
Yeah.
I was close.
We both predicted it would be her family of some sort.
So not her mum, her sister.
Yep.
Literally her sister.
Anyway, I know what the next scene is because it's Oh yeah, what's his name? Rule. I think that's his name in the first movie. The
brownie person
offers advice a map and refuses to join the quest because he's too old.
Yeah, and look, like having an annoying thing like that would just make the show even worse because they don't know how to do the brownie humor. They did in the first film, and even in the first film, they were borderline insufferable.
Yeah, I had. They were a little. They took some getting used to for me when I watched it recently.
But the fact that, like, the writers did not have any ability to make them even borderline
By the way, something interesting happened here. They outright admit it for once, where they're like, oh, Graydon is my replacement. He's the Phrygian and Rule of your new fellowship. It's like, so we're just gonna tell how it is. Okay. At least it's honest. just a little thing right there where I was like, all right. So, I don't know. Graydon's a bit of a blank slate, but... Yeah, there's stuff you could have done with him, especially with the revelations in the previous episode.
So they don't they don't get the perspective right. Where, Willow does not look like he is in front of these people here. Okay,
not really.
Like the perspective, like it's not. It's also the focus. Like Willow is more in focus, and if they're in the same line, they should be in focus. But it's just it's a mess. It isn't sold. It doesn't look good.
We're looking at a costume department that doesn't even know what medieval clothing is.
And it's so
shouldn't
bad.
Expect anything.
So bad they can't even do the high five, and they literally have him not be at it because they're that incompetent. They can't have them look like they're touching convincingly. Yep. And then Willow, instead of lowering his hand and letting him high five, is just like, "Oh yeah, I know the feeling too."
Yeah, that's too much work. I don't want to do that. Anyway, it's just I don't know. You're a fan of the original. Did you care for that farewell and any of that?
As in
heartstring dialogue.
No, I didn't get anything.
Like, oh, remember the adventure we went on together? Oh, so nice. And
I got nothing out of it.
Yeah, well.
So here's the scene where...
Here's the revelation. Turns out this is the daughter of General Kale. The murderous, skull-wearing lunatic from the first movie.
Of course. Now,
who was a fanatic.
I don't know if it's because I just watched Avatar
Oh,
that this reveal was like, again, I was like...
It's like they really want to do the whole father of... Yeah. I guess they just wanted Disney to release 2 of them. That's done it now.
I know. Gosh.
But yeah, and we get the explanation that the Reavers were misunderstood and were slaves.
But also, like, it's so dumb and bad. Yeah. But it's not a birthmark. It's like a tattoo.
Yeah, tattoo, like 90 days for a baby.
The family would tattoo their children with their family sigil or whatever for apparently no other reason but to be able to force this contrived bullcrap plot to be able to tell her who her father is.
Yeah.
Because they were that incompetent, they couldn't figure out any other way to try and figure out or reveal that she's the daughter. And look, I get why perhaps they needed to do something so dumb as a tattoo, because she definitely doesn't look like her father, which would usually be the first indicator. No. But because of, you know, they have to have such a, well, diverse, you know, cast and everything like that. They, like, cast someone who's doesn't share the exact, like, not even the look. Like, we saw that general guy. We saw him without the mask. He was like...
Yeah, Kale was a big, beefy guy.
And he was a white dude.
Yeah, he was a white man.
And so she must just really look like her mum.
This was just such a stupid reveal. It's like, what does this add to anything, really?
But if she looks like her mum, like the other lady, then who does she look like? Where does she get the red hair? I don't know. They have the same skin tone, I guess, and freckles a bit, but it's...
yeah, you got one thing right.
Like, so they mildly look like each other, but not like her dad.
Yeah, but it's just the whole recontextualizing everything, because you just have to do the grey villains thing. You just can't have people join up cult and be evil. They have to be misunderstood. Yeah.
It's
even though they're skulls... They're skinning people.
I know,
and, because that's the thing. Skulls. Yeah, okay.
Bullcrap with this misunderstood thing. They are still vile, sadistic, savage, murdering scum. Yep. Regardless of what you want to try and make us believe and swallow. So, no, we've seen what these nutcases do, and you're not going to take us there. But the fact that they have convinced themselves, they have freckles here. Unironically wanting to join up.
Now, she joins very quickly. I mean, they have a party and everything.
Exactly.
Which was... that party scene, it goes on for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, and by the way, that general guy, he was easily murdering hundreds of people. He was vile and evil in the extreme.
The implication that I got was he was killing loads of mothers and taking their children.
That's true. Yeah.
That's what because I watched it recently, I was like, wow, this is quite the opening.
And... there was one moment where they tried to explain him as, again, he was somewhat misunderstood, where he was a former slave. They were just rising up against their slavers, and evil mad lady was the only one offering to give them freedom or something.
Very clear, the kingdom of Tiraslene, I believe it's called, they were always the baddies, because they were the slavers. And Galadorn, the oppressed kingdom... we're also the baddies because they were slavers, and Bavmorda freed all the slaves and took over. Just want to make sure that's clear.
It's unbelievable. Bavmorda was one of the most psycho villains, like killing everyone. Killing babies!
Yes.
Okay? And let alone the hundreds, thousands to millions she was slaughtering.
But no, both of those factions...
She's not as bad because she...
she was manipulated into it. She was corrupted by
and also because if you release slaves, doesn't matter if you murdered babies or anything like that. I mean...
yeah, it's all good now.
Like, unironically, the type of ethics these people are espousing, they would give Hitler a free pass if they found out he set slaves free at some point. Holy crap. Gosh.
It's just...
it's crazy because this ideology is so unforgiving. If you say the wrong word, you were irredeemably cancelled, right? Yeah. Then... But, if you're going to be, it's weird. I don't know, because sometimes there are supposed allies who they will unforgivingly know, and yet at the same time they're trying to depict some of the most evil, vile crap as either misunderstood or just acceptable. Well, actually, the thing is, I guess, is that a lot of the evil crap, right, that they don't cancel people for and everything like that, well, in the modern day, we see, you know, people espousing this ideology doing some really bad stuff, which they actually proclaim as good. They actually think it's unironically good.
Yeah, they do that. They do that quite a bit.
I don't think they would say the stuff Morta did was unironically, but no, she's just misunderstood. That's the thing.
Too edgy of a joke that I had there. I had a joke there, but it's too much. We'll get ruined. Yeah, but had to just destroy those kingdoms. Eric was a slaver. Must have been.
Yeah, all the innocent children of those kingdoms.
Yeah.
You know, like, why...
Who cares?
Morta, you know, like, hey, she was just doing what needed to be done.
Yep. Anyway, let's just get to the stupid party scene. Look, the skulls! Look at that.
That's probably just, that was an innocent father of a family walking across the field from just trying to sell his wares, and these guys just came and lopped off his head without any warning.
Yeah, and stole his stuff.
Gosh.
Yeah, they're just now. That's fine.
Oh, by the way, they're free now.
Yeah.
We don't know how, why, what. They're just free.
Yep, it's over. They're fine.
And then no one's there.
Around, and then they stumble.
Drums are being played, and they're like, "That's a bad sign."
Yep. Which honestly would have been interesting if they were war drums.
But they get there, and they're like, "It appears that they're not noticing this."
And there we go. They're partying.
They're just partying, and it's like,
and very unenthusiastically, I might add. They're just jumping up and down.
I know it's so cringe. So cringe.
Yeah, and this is where we get the speech that we spoke about earlier. And Alora's just cooking. She's fine.
Yeah,
it's all good now.
Like, Alora, like, you guys, you're about to be killed, and then took Freckles into the thing.
Everything's
and then
good now.
something must have happened where you were then taken to party. Like, Alora, wouldn't the first thing you say is like, where's Willow and the other guy? I know he's so pointless and irrelevant, I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
You're supposed to care. Like, wouldn't you just say, free them, bring him here? No, like, if they didn't escape, they would have been left in the cell to rot while everyone's partying. What's going on?
So much wrong here.
This is just like, the writers don't understand human behavior.
No,
like,
they don't. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm just also thinking, these are descendants of, like, Kale, all right? Kale wanted to get her and kill her.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to talk about that at all, are we?
I know.
Shouldn't she be a little, I don't know, peeved off that they...
Tried to murder her?
They
Yeah.
killed her mother.
They did!
She should be wanting to burn them.
I know, it's this friggin' show, man. I can't believe
It's
it.
just so stupid, but hey, it's all funny. Look, she's using a wand to cook stuff and make things better.
I know.
You'll see it right here.
Potential nuke.
Yeah.
And now suddenly she can use it to stir, like...
Yeah, and look, big scary muscle man he's suddenly got a really good palate. Because funny,
right?
this guy's gonna skin you all.
Where is it?
Yeah, there you go.
It's like she's accidentally blew something up before, and you're still trusting her to just piss around with this wand and experiment when she could blow up anything by saying the wrong thing.
Yeah, Willow's just staring there.
Like, Willow's thinking she's as much of a moron as we are.
Yep.
Oh, gosh. And so, there's Kitsch.
Yeah, again, why is... They said, okay, her kingdom, they're the evil kingdom that's enslaved all their people. Why aren't they killing her? Just to enact vengeance.
That's the thing, right?
That's what they would do.
That's what I was wondering. Is like, oh, so you found out that Freckles is actually your long-lost sister.
Yep.
You don't know if you can trust Freckles. She's been raised by your enemy. You're trained to fight your hate, but suddenly Freckles is happy. You're happy. Okay, you're trying to get Freckles on your side. All these other people, which you know are from the enemy kingdom, you literally murdered their like family guard who protected them from childhood, right?
Yep.
It's fine. We'll set them free too. Sure, they'll be good chubby friends, which bafflingly they are.
Yep. We'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, Kit should be imprisoned, killed, or basically just set up to be ransomed later.
Yeah.
So, like, soft imprisonment, pretty much. Yeah, you can walk around and all that, but you're not leaving.
This is the bullcrap where she's
yeah, this is the retarded speech.
You know, the values we still live by, freedom, rebellion, passion, and
There's a damn skull right there! Look at it!
You're savage, bloodthirsty, marauding, murdering scum!
Did no one on the set just go, this is really dumb?
It's really messed up! But you're trying to make these out as like good, happy, friendly people with skulls just hanging on trees nearby.
Yeah.
It's the unironic, like, Did you see the controversy of that fashion brand that was doing really messed up things with like children? Like they were doing messed up stuff with children in their marketing and everything. And then people looked into some of their past marketing stuff. And there's like almost like satanic ritual crap people covered in blood in their marketing campaigns. And it's the same thing where they're unironically trying to inject some of the most evil, vile crap. Is it what, to normalize, to make people think that this is perfectly fine and okay? Because you have all these, you're trying to show these people as friendly, happy people with friggin' skulls of innocent people that you flayed alive just hanging on trees in the same shot.
With the speech going about freedom and stuff
they
like
live
that.
by freedom, rebellion, passion, and joy.
Oh, yeah.
Skulls of our enemies, most likely innocent people, because that's who we
enjoy killing them.
Holy crap! It's like, it feels like the show's just trying to get us to accept all the evil that these people are doing because they actually. And again, I can't help but see kind of parallels with certain ideologies where they're trying to push certain things as that are actually violent. No, it's normal and everything. You're a bad person if you don't accept it. And we're so happy and good, friendly, and while we're doing all these really questionable things.
Yeah, this is just special.
Oh, wow.
That's the thing. Wow. An action scene that's just everything's beyond terrible. And they're not even doing anything that stupid. Well, they are doing everything stupid. I mean.
Gosh. And then
this is a joke.
She's just like, Freckles is on board and she's going to be joining these people.
Yeah, the daughter of Kale.
It's like hang on, she's fed lies,
Oh, really?
It's like, I don't know, she could have she's seen you just attack people unprovoked and murder them. She doesn't need to be fed lies to know how evil you are.
Yeah, she breaks her conditioning as well.
Exactly, like if I had the daughter of the evil guy that murdered babies and everything like that, I wouldn't want to tell the child who their father was either.
Honestly, she should hate her father.
Exactly. Holy crap.
I mean, go look at the descendants of those evil hat-wearing people in Nazi Germany. They don't like their ancestors or their grandparents very much.
Right? Oh my goodness. And this is where, I was like, they try and make the evil army serving the evil queen. That was just misunderstood.
Yeah.
Friggin'.
Yeah, anyway, there's just now constant dancing, and there's modern music inserted into it again, which is baffling. It's just... All right, we got to talk about this. Truth plums.
Truth plums. That's exactly what I was going to mention.
Oh, yeah, we should talk about these. Why? How is this not a thing that you have taken advantage of before?
So the Skull Reavers, right? They're feeding this drug, this, action impairing, choice impairing kind of thing to their guests without their consent or knowledge, right? And it's a truth plum that I thought it might have just been a colloquial kind of, it just gets you a little tipsy and you end up speaking. But no, it actually seems to have a magical effect that you can't avoid saying the truth with it. Holy crap. So it's actually his legitimate truth plums, and they're feeding it to their guests without letting them know what it is. They're drugging their guests at a party without their knowledge.
I guess it's okay.
Holy crap. It's okay when they do it.
What is there to say? Oh. Wow. This is like a big no-no.
It's just really problematic. In the classical sense.
Oh, yeah, you're just happy about it.
She doesn't know what it is. Borman literally says it's delicious looking fruit, live a little. He doesn't know what it was. Kid doesn't know what it was. And only after the fact do they seem to know, and they don't have an issue with it.
Oh, yeah, well, just this nice little powder. You should really enjoy it.
Also, just another thing that gets frustrates me out of this thing.
Yeah, go on.
If it's a truth, thing, it shouldn't be like a stupid moron, drug as well. Yeah. Because guess what? I try to be honest in everything I do, but I also try and understand tact and things like that, and when it's appropriate, and to be a bit more delicate in the way you present truth as well. Yeah. Where this is just like, they just blurt out things without any thought or consequences. Like, if you're under an influence that you knew that you were only going to say truth, you could still be measured. Yeah. And you know what you could also do? Is just keep your mouth shut and not say the thing and talk about something else. Yeah. But it's like it's also a stupid potion that makes them blurt crap out.
Yeah, which we'll get to with Willow. Well, yeah, that's fine. This did my head in. No.
Girl boss.
No way.
Small.
No.
Skinny girl boss drinking big muscly guy under the table.
Absolutely not. And
Bull
here's
crap.
the thing. I already knew where this was going. I was like, she's going to beat
Of course
that
she was.
guy.
Yeah, of course. I was like,
It's like, no, you can't do that.
she's a girl boss.
I have seen this in real life. Someone skinnier than me cannot beat me at drinking.
Because it's the amount that the alcohol gets diffused through.
Exactly.
The more blood you have, the longer it just technically takes to get alcohol.
It's so dumb.
To smash like that. And so,
Oh yeah,
look,
they're like to trip it out.
I know, she's full on tripping out, right? They've been drugged against their will. Look at this. Now, look, I know they've done it before. They did in Indiana Jones, right?
I'll criticize it there too.
Yeah.
But then again, she was a
A
least she
bartender?
built. Yeah, she has an excuse for building up a tolerance
I don't
to
even.
it.
Can you build a tolerance? I don't know. I don't have experience
You can.
with drinking alcohol.
I do have experience.
So we haven't seen Kit drinking a lot to
No,
justify
so
this,
no.
but it's the tide trope where she's a girl boss. You know, if it was self-contained, this thing, just like in Indiana Jones, wouldn't have had an issue with. But it's because it's relentlessly again and again where she's always got to beat the guys and always so good, and it's tiresome. And so it's the continual barrage of this crap that we get fed up with it. And so when we see her drinking in a competition, you know what's going to happen. And of course, right?
Alright, just more of the same thing, just partying, having a great time, because, we're bonding with our characters.
And by the way,
Not really.
she should be smashed off her head drinking that much. She drunk enough to a point where another person trying to equal her passed out, right?
Yep.
And then seemingly no other effects later on.
Yeah. No slurred words.
Exactly,
no
she should
dizziness,
barely be able to walk.
Yeah, that's...
But she's that much of a girl boss, it's not affecting it at all.
That's fine.
I do remember the Legolas versus Gimli one where
Yeah.
I feel it tingling in my hands.
Yes.
Legolas was a bit of a Gary Stew.
Little bit.
We
I'll
acknowledge
admit
that.
that,
We
yeah.
acknowledge that. Okay. There's a moment.
There were
moments.
There were
There were moments with Legolas. So anyway, he drops dead.
He gets a shave, which is like...
So it's funny. I was critical of his like bum fluff on his face, but then seeing him without it, I take back everything I said. It's like he has a no offense, it's got a weaker chin. You look way more manly with that beard. You need to grow it back.
They even say it.
I do. He looks so much worse without that beard.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. I'm sorry, dude. It's like that is not an improvement.
Well, at least we now know he's just pure Flash.
And look.
Flash Thompson, there he is.
I'm as critical as myself. Like there was a moment of insanity where I shaved it off. I looked like a shaved rat. It was awful. It was terrible, right? And everyone...
Did you come up with that, or did someone else come up with that?
I had lost a bit of weight, and so I just wanted to see what I looked like, because it's the true thing, right? Having a beard can help define your jaw a bit when you put on the pounds, and it makes you look slimmer. And so I grew. I looked better when I tried having a beard, and everyone agreed, and so I kept it ever since. But because I lost weight, I thought maybe I could get away with it. I shaved it off.
Shaved rat.
So if you really want to see and have nightmares as a result, if you look up the response we did to Lindsay Ellis, I think it's Lindsay Ellis, when she quit YouTube, we did a response. There was 2 videos I made where I didn't have that's one of them. And half of the comments, if not probably more than half, it's just people roasting me for how awful and nightmarish I looked without that beard. Justifiably so, because they were absolutely right. I looked awful with it. You saw the double chin action. It's bad. And so I grew this thing back as fast as I friggin' could, because it's slimming. I
like my beard. Okay.
Yeah, beards can be really useful in helping your look out, and it makes you look more masculine and all those things. And so, look, I'm not just critical here. I'm critical of myself. I look awful without a beard, and dude, you need that. Like, holy crap. Because you look awful without that beard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Beard commentary, everyone.
Dear girl boss.
Yeah, it's just constant dancing. Borman gets to have some dancing time. And they're putting more music over this, and they're dancing like they're in like a club or something.
I know. It's modern.
No, stop!
It's modern style music and modern dancing, and it's cringe as hell. And it doesn't end. When it gets to this part where Borman starts to try and play the moves, like, look how she's dancing!
It's like...
And then...
I'm just thinking to how House of the Dragon and their medieval dancing scene, and it's like, that was so much better.
I know. Look at this.
What?
And then Borman trying to lay the moves. It's like this is dragged on way too far, and it's like just end. This is awful. It's making me want to gag, and it just keeps going. And it's like they're trying to make us feel romantic, and it's just cringe.
It's like, I just met this character. I don't care. She's annoying.
Look, and it just keeps going.
And then these two have a whole bunch of things that's going on as well.
And it gets worse.
And it drags on so much.
It's just like, oh.
It's like, oh, maybe we will. Oh, no, we won't. And then later on, it's like, oh, yeah, we will.
I'm so nervous about telling you my feelings, even though, like, I've jumped on you and kissed you and everything, but it's forced. It feels artificial. Yep. There's no chemistry. And then there's an extra layer of just the awful dialogue, right?
Yeah, and the reason they don't have their little kiss moment here is because Kit suspected she was a Reaver the whole time, which, how?
Yeah.
Seriously, how? How could you have possibly suspected that?
She literally says
what sign was there?
In this exchange, Kit asked her if she wants to stay with the Bone Reavers.
Yeah.
Bone Reavers. Maybe I'm getting the name wrong as well, but that's what
I think they're like Skull Reavers.
Skull Reavers or something.
It doesn't matter. It's still terrible.
Literally an explanation of how psychopathic, bloodthirsty savages these people are. It's like, yeah, I'm thinking. And then Kid's like, well, if you wanna stay here, I'll tag along because I can't imagine having any adventure without you. It's just.
It's just Monty Python mean. Get on with it.
And then I literally, Willow, he says, these people are lovely. Skulls hanging on trees.
You fled from them in the first movie. You fled from them in this show. They tried to kill you. Gosh. They would have killed Allura.
Maybe it was Allura that said it. It was Allura or Willow.
No, it was Willow that definitely said, oh, these people, once you get to know them, they're very nice. They're very friendly.
Gosh.
It's just terrible. Oh, yeah, we set up Love Triangle as well with Allura and Graydon and Prince Eric and all that stuff. Good. It's like, okay, stop it. There's a reason love triangles are made fun of.
It can work. I mean, hey, you can criticize Twilight. Look at the success. It's very successful. I want to get it. I'm going to get a legendary Twilight and put it on the shelf. People give it too much crap.
I'm embarrassed for you for saying that.
I should rewatch it with a critical eye. But look, it's the guilty pleasure for young teenage girls.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's the Fast and Furious, but
just don't tell me it's good.
No. I respect it for what it did and the success it had. And I think there are things you could learn from it if you wanted to get.
Just don't take it to the next level with talking about the fan fiction of that. Please don't, because if you do, we're going to have issues. No,
I'm not going there.
All right, good.
By the way, Team Edward.
Can we move on now?
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, aren't these people lovely?
I just can't do this.
The advice. There was advice that
What, Allura?
Allura gives.
Oh yeah,
That's right. Oh, again, it's so cringe. They're trying to build a relationship between all these different characters, so they have the characters talk to each other. And it's just awful. And so Allura's advice to Kit here is like, Kit doesn't know what she's like, what do I do? I wasn't even really sensing too much of conflict between her and Freckles, but anyway, she's like,
guess there is now.
But Allura's advice is to apologize, and then Kit's like, for what? And her response is, it doesn't matter. Just say the words, I'm sorry. What?
And it's like, and she's got this look of realization, which is like, oh, I think I like Graydon. It's like, what?
This is awful advice. Yeah. It's like, she tells Kit to just say, tell Freckles you understand. But the thing is, the context is, Kit doesn't understand. And so she's telling Kit to lie to Freckles just to say whatever you can to get in her pants, essentially. Yeah. That is really bad, almost predatory type advice to just, hook up with someone. Just lie through your teeth, say whatever they want to hear. Doesn't matter if it's sincere or genuine. Holy crap. And then there's another layer to that. It really feels like, again, some of the writer's own ideology is slipping through where you should just apologize to things that people are offended by, even if you're not responsible for it, because of their feelings. just apologize, you bigot, because I'm upset about something and you should feel guilty for it, even though you're not responsible. And that's unironically what she's saying here is like, it doesn't matter. You don't even know what, just to say apologize, say you're sorry, and it'll make them feel better because their feelings. It is, it's dog crap. Yep. It's utter dog crap. Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
And if you think we're not done with the layers of crap that
Oh, yeah, they drop a bomb on us. A rather irritating bomb.
Willow.
Yeah, here we are. So the setup is Graydon's a big fan of Willow. And Willow is well, basically, he's been a great presenter. Like being this great sorcerer and all that. And he admits that he was a pushover.
But what frustrates me is that the writers, they're so dumb and incompetent that they're not even aware of what they've done in the show.
No.
Guess what? If you saw the show, specifically what you've seen Willow do, would you think that he is a fraud and a bad sorcerer? He literally nuked some bad guys with a single word.
Yeah.
He is still incompetent because he let people die and not using his magic when he really should and all that stuff. But in terms of the power he can actually achieve, that's next level stuff.
Yeah.
And then he actually says right here that I was never a great sorcerer, mediocre at best. And first of all, friggin' bullcrap based on what we see you doing. But the show unironically thinks this is the truth. That is mediocre level. And then it goes even beyond that. Where he says, he was terrified that people will discover that he is, in reality, an aging, talentless hack. Or that they would discover that he is the aging, talentless hack he really is. Willow says this. Like, remember how they piss on the character and just dump on it?
Like he's done nothing good. Like, yeah, okay. I have issues with how Bavmorda was beaten. Absolutely.
Yes,
in the film, it was kind of dumb. But
it was because of Willow's deception and cleverness.
It is still something he did, though, that initiated it, which I get and understand. It's just like, well, to have him denigrate himself like this.
I know. It's such an insult, right? And the thing is, like, if you look at the original film, Willow, knowing he had no chance or power to defeat this crazy nutcase evil sorcerer queen.
That was misunderstood.
Puts his life on the line anyway to do a Hail Mary kind of trick to hide Allura and save a baby's life, knowing that he could be killed at any moment. The level of bravery and self-sacrifice in that action is truly heroic. And yes, it's a bit dumb that she killed herself, but it was because of the shock and the I agree it's not the best, but still it doesn't undermine the heroic action that Willow did. It shouldn't really work, but it was just whatever he could do in that moment with the skills he had available, and he deserves massive credit for that, right? And it is a good heroic moment to show.
Even if he's not known as a great sorcerer, he should be known as a great hero.
But the thing is, he is a great sorcerer. Yeah. He can do freaking crazy magic. And so, not then, right? His great victory.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been any slight if the truth was that he tricked Bavmorda to basically shoot herself, essentially.
Yeah.
And it was a clever trick. And it was... Because the thing is that is the truth, that he put his life on the line. And all the information of the scene is that it probably wouldn't have worked. Like, if Bavmorda didn't kill herself, she would have figured it out and just killed him. And he would have no power to prevent it.
Yeah.
And so... It's a good message about never giving up, doing whatever you can.
Just stand for what's right.
And standing for what's right. That's why movies like Willow still resonate. It has classic universal truths that even if certain ideologies want to say it's bad because a man did or whatever.
No, it's not bad.
It's
at
not
all.
bad.
There's lots of heroic things that Willow did, that Mad Mardigan did. They all had their moments.
Well, this is what pisses me off about people trying to say the damsel in distress trope is problematic. When friggin' no, it's not. You want men to have the ideals and principles to try and be the hero that rescues a damsel in distress. Every time a damsel in distress, you want men to be out stepping up and rescuing, because guess what? That's the reality. In reality, when bad people are doing bad things, all right, you need good people to do things separate, but more often you need men to do it. Who are the people more often that die in war and actually have to stand up, try and defend families and nations. Yes, it's men because we're most well equipped to do it. That's the role. And you want to teach men to do it. And so to try and claim universal, it is universal truth that the damsel in distress trope, right, is problematic now. That's not good. Okay. And I actually think we're seeing signs of it in modern day where we see guys more willing to lay their, like, even more often than not, right? Men are getting attacked by women and they, and so I think men should, of course, be entitled to defend themselves when their own life is online, when they're in danger and stuff like that. But there's a lot of situations where men can resolve conflicts with women and not laying down the smack because we're so strong. You can usually hold a woman at bay who's trying to attack you because it's actually, there's a big strength disparity, right? And so to go to deal with conflict with a woman the way that a guy would usually deal with a guy is bad because you don't need to go to that level to resolve that conflict often. But I've seen signs that men are more willing to just step it right up to level 10 and do far more damage and disrespect the strength they have because the differences between men and women are being undermined and instead of men being taught to respect women, they're being told that they are inherently violent and that they're bad and you need to... and so,
they're taught that they're, by, like, honestly, stories like this and many others that you're just inherently evil if you're a guy.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
And also...
And that women shouldn't respect you at all.
And that women will always be able to save themselves. And sorry, that's not the case, especially against bad men, right? You need a good man to step in and save them oftentimes. And so going back to the Willow analogy, there were universal truths that were actually, that's why that film resonates and it lasts longer and things. But where do we see that in this TV show, okay? Where are some universal principles, uplifting concepts and stuff, true heroes and everything?
Well, the thing that I want to make clear as well is it's character that really elevate and keep those sort of stories in the mind. The Willow movie, it's not one of the greatest movies or fantasy stories ever done, but it had two really, really strong characters that even just watching it recently, I can see, okay, I'll remember those. Yeah. I'll remember them forever.
And
Mad Mardigan, fascinating character. He's
redemption arc?
Yep. And Willow himself was an engaging character just in that story because he goes the extra mile whenever he needs to. Like, allure is not a thing that he willingly takes up. He does it because he feels it's his duty. Because this is just what's happened. This is what fate has brought to him, and there's no changing what's happened. You just got to go and do it. Yeah,
and look what they've done to Mad Mardigan in this.
Oh, yeah.
And look
they've denigrated him.
And look what they're doing to Willow.
Denigrated him, yeah.
Their heroism sacrifice that they did in the previous story, they're just taking a big steaming dump on it to the point where even Willow is doing it to himself, and he says that he is a talentless hack.
Which is a pity. Which
is so insulting. And it's infuriating. It's friggin' disgusting, right? So he's like, behind all that wisdom, I want to actually, because he says it, right? Willow Ufgood here is terrified that one day he'll be discovered as the aging, talentless hack that he really is.
And Allura just so happens to hear it.
Guess that's what the writers think of Willow.
Yep.
The writers who are making this show, that's what they want the audience to feel about Willow. That's what they want to they are trying to turn him into in this show, right? And
pity.
It's all unnecessary. And look, Willow will probably I'm expecting he'll do something to help save.
I hope so.
I wouldn't put past him they don't. But even if he does something to do something important in the thing,
it's kind of too late.
You've still taken a big steaming dump on him, right?
Well, that's the thing. This is just like the kind of the final realization that they just don't like him and that they want to denigrate him because throughout the whole show he was shown to be exactly what he's saying he is. Great at presenting that he is the great sorcerer, but terrible in practice.
But also,
aside from those few little moments.
But also horribly incompetent. He let his best friend die because he wasn't willing to use his magic when
he made sure everyone got caught because of a stupid wagon.
It's friggin' stupid.
Willow's turned into a colossal moron.
So even exactly. Even if he does something to help save the day at the end, he's been a complete retard through the whole show, letting people die, not using magic at the right time, and it's just they've utterly ruined him.
Yep.
So there's that.
And then we go to...
and then they just blame it, and it's like, oh, truth plums never... It's like...
Oh, yeah, because you got to make comedy.
It's such contrived bull crap. They'll just blame it on... There's now truth plums in this world because reasons.
Funnies. Haha, very funny. Look, he's being truthful.
So,
oh yeah, and then we have this. The basically just the. Yes, we get it. These two love each other. I don't really care. It's not revolutionary. It's not anything special.
So
there are better gay romances than this.
Oh my goodness.
I'm thinking about Buffy.
Unironically, I think the romance that Castaway had with Wilson, the ball in Castaway, was better and more authentic than this.
Yeah.
Well done. I'm sorry, Wilson.
Yeah.
I felt more of that. I felt more sadness with him losing.
Yeah. I don't know.
A volleyball.
Part of me just finds it weird that there's in a show called Willow. They have like a lesbian romance, but there's a character in Buffy called Willow who has a lesbian romance, and it's 10 times better and more impactful.
Yeah, and
this is just a joke.
And it is out of place for the setting. They're trying to a medieval setting has certain kind of themes and feels and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's that as well,
the way that homosexual relationships are looked upon and treated, slightly less accepting. Let's just say, it seems like Laura, everyone knows about that they have the hots for each other, and. It's just like they're all so tolerant and accepting when this is supposed to be a medieval setting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not saying people shouldn't be tolerant. I'm saying if you want to reflect the setting more authentically and have more conflict potentially and things like that.
Otherwise, make your setting like ancient Greece where it was accepted.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm not
a good example of where homosexuality is treated with the respect of the time period in which, and this is an actual period setting, is Downton Abbey. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And where they show some of the actual bigotry and the difficulty. And the character is not a nice character who's the main gay character in Downton Abbey, but they kind of actually justify it where he says at one point in the series, everyone has never treated me or made fun of me because I'm different.
Oh, okay.
And that made him cynical and negative and distrusting. Okay. And you can kind of see that. And so they actually...
That's the thing, the stuff you can do story-wise with, like...
Yes!
Gay characters. I'm thinking of an interesting one where one of them would have to, like, give up their love for duty and marry a kingdom to make ties stronger.
Are you talking about House of Dragon?
Yeah, in a way. That's, like, a great idea to go with.
Like, it was integral to the plot, right? And look, even in House of Dragon, people were generally more accepting of it than perhaps a medieval setting would be, but they dealt with it far better than Willow, where there were people who were,
Song of Ice and Fire is a little more harsher in that story. But I don't know. There's ideas here that's the problem with this show. There are so many ideas that could have been great that they just don't do.
So many missed opportunities.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The way this episode ends, they don't care. Trolls come in, capture Kit.
We'll get there. There's some hilariously dumb things. Like, for instance, Kit says to Thingo, she says, "You belong here." With these skull bleaching, murdering psychopaths.
You belong with these skulls.
You belong here.
I can't wait to see the skull you bleach. What collection will you have?
Probably be mine. I was going to say something about, you like my bones, but it wouldn't work because they're lesbians. So.
Shouldn't it be? That's the daughter of Kale, and that's the daughter of Mad Mardigan.
Literally.
I don't know. There's something there.
That's
that's what it is.
That's the other funny part where she says, like, my dad killed your dad. Yeah. And I got vibes like, so, like, my dad and your dad, like, that's a problem because, you were so close to him, you, like, loved your dad, even though he was evil and killed murder. Like, you probably have an issue like that our dad's... No, she wouldn't have an issue! Evil, murdering, psycho dad, the fact... Like, Freckles would be like, yeah, so what? I'm glad your dad killed my dad.
Yeah,
my
dad sucks.
Like, are they actually trying to make this shit is an issue where she's sad her dad is dead? No, it's not a question. She knows who her dad was, right?
I'm sorry. Kale was not a good guy.
No!
He was a monster. He wasn't misunderstood. He enjoyed killing people. He chuckled when he stabbed Eric in the heart.
Oh.
He laughed. He had a great time doing it.
This is hilarious. And so, sorry, this is the moment where she says, I don't want to have any adventures unless they're with you. I'll tag along if you want to say. It's so forced and, cherry on top. Just for this woke dumpster fire, right? She literally asks for consent to kiss the other girl. I want to kiss you, is that okay? Yes, you can kiss me. I'm just worried that if you do, we won't stop. It is so cringe, man!
And it doesn't know when to stop.
They're so drowning in that woke crowd. Like, we can't have them kiss unless they ask for consent first. We have to make sure it's not problematic. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, just... and then here we go. It's just like...
Yeah.
I would be very into that. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I would be very into that. Like, you know, like...
Got it.
But the modern dialogue is so bad.
I just... No more fantasy adaptations, please. No more. I've had it. I don't want you to touch anything else.
This is the reality, right? If you are in a relationship with someone, you both know you like each other, and it's very, very clear and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Asking for permission to kiss can destroy the romance of that first kiss moment. I remember the first kiss I had with my wife. I imagine how car crash it would have been if I was looking in her eyes and was like, is it okay if I'm going to kiss you? Would that be okay? No! We look at each other's eyes and you go for it and, you know, explosions go off at its magical moment.
No, the modern stuff has to come into every single facet of life. Everything. Ugh.
Oh, man.
Anyway, let's just get to the stupid troll bit, because I was legitimately confused when this was broken up. I was like, huh? What's going on?
Like, I was confused too. Because
I was like, wait, did those minions actually go through the forest? No, they're just, it's like, not the minions.
Ready? Again, the trolls can predict the future too.
Yes, everyone is...
Because they knew that there would be people who just walked away from the group, stand right here, to tie a rope to the tree directly above, ready, and wait for it.
And
no, it's not a rope. It's not a rope.
Now it's a rope.
Now it comes like...
There you go. That's why I was like, what's going on? I was confused.
It was so friggin' dumb. It's like... Again, they predict the future. It's a perfect trap waiting.
And the party is then broken up and it's over.
It's hilarious. And then, yeah, so there are other confusion points. Like they're jumping through trees. Where the hell did they come from? Is it common for trolls to just be around in the forest? Because if so, why the hell are the Skull Reavers? But the thing is, the context, the Skull Reavers have been living here for ages without any problems with trolls. So it's a random, arbitrary, convenient attack that they're just injecting in for bullcrap conflict. And the only way it would work is they find out that the crone sent the trolls after them. And this is like, because the trolls aren't afraid of the forest, but the other bad creatures were.
Yeah, Gibbet Man is afraid. Big Gibbet Man with big jaw.
It's friggin' retarded, man. And so, anyway. And then everyone's getting attacked. They're all afraid.
Oh, I feel so bad for these evil skull people.
Wipe them out, trolls. I'm on your side at the moment. These are vile, evil people that attack innocent travelers without any provocation. Direct murder, heart shot from a distance, right?
Some of them dress like predators and all that.
They're wearing the skulls of their innocent victims.
Yep.
Okay. I would not shed a tear that these tribal people...
So what we learned, Mad Mardigan's, both of his children have been kidnapped. Yeah, this is the shot we get. It's just a rabble of stuff. We don't know what's going on. Borman's getting to be cool again, but...
He's stabbed with his cleave. It doesn't have a point. It's got a blunt...
Never mind. I said cool. I take it back. Why are you doing that?
You don't stab with that thing, you moron. It doesn't have a point.
You cut.
It's a cleaner chop it. This show is friggin' retarded.
No, they think he's got a spear. Look, they forgot.
It's so dumb.
And the last word, trolls. At least he sells the terror, I'll give him that.
Is there a meta-narrative going on that the gay kiss was broken up by a troll?
You're just reading too much into it.
I wouldn't put it past them. They literally made penis armor for the Nilfgaardians.
Oh, don't remind me of Witcher, please.
In Witcher, right? They love doing stupid crap like that.
Witcher's like all over topic.
To have a meta-narrative. Like, She-Hulk was full of meta-narrative crap because they were so insecure that they made an entire show to try and own their critics, right, instead of making a good show. And they thought that was a win. They thought subverting and ruining their entire show to try and mock their critics and ruining their show in the process was a win. So I wouldn't, like, that one would be a bit more subtle.
When it comes to Disney, I guess so. You shouldn't put it past them.
I wouldn't put it past them. And that is Willow episode 5.
Yeah, it ended up being way worse than either of us thought.
It's consistent dog crap. It just keeps going.
Keeps on going down the toilet. They keep...
And we'll be there to roast it and make a mock of it, because that's what they deserve. I mean, like, you can't watch it for entertainment value. So at the very least,
unless
we
it's
can
episode 3.
use it as a cautionary tale for what not to do, okay? And for maybe to get these people to wake up and actually write something that is actually good and wholesome and entertaining.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But if not, well, we'll still be there because that's what we do. And we'll see you next time. Always remember, stay on watch.